Greetings, fellow monster lovers. First of all, I want to say thank you. Thank you so much. Since I started the channel, I've already hit, in a little bit over the week, I think 100 subscribers. Yeah, over a week now. I'm so excited. That's very awesome. Thank you guys for all the support. Thank you for the requests. Thank you for the feedback. Since I'm doing this update, I don't want to do a lot of updates on this video unless that's what you like, but I do want to keep it strictly to monster type of stuff. But some things I do want to mention while I have the opportunity is, guys, Kickstarter Bones 3. Kickstarter Bones 3 is happening, so go check that out. They're over $1 million in funding. Pretty awesome if you're a Bones fan or Reaper Miniatures fan. There's been different feedback on what they've created, but either way, go check it out. Miniatures in style is always a good thing. Natural history book. Yes, I had an interview with Christopher Stahl. Do check that out. He's creating a monster book on the natural history of monsters, covering anatomy, and it's all his illustrations and writings. So if you're a monster lover, do check that out. I'll put a link down below if the Kickstarter is still happening while this video's up. Whatever. Just go check it out. I'll have the link down below. Let me see, what else? Age of Sigmar. Didn't I talk about this? No, not yet. Well, as you know, there's Age of Sigmar is out there in the Warhammer world. There's been different reactions, maybe overreactions to it, but either way, people are reacting to it badly because of the balance of power in the armies. So let me know what you guys think about that. Is fantasy truly gone, or will we have fantasy, the classic Warhammer fantasy, back? What do you think? Or what do you think? What do you know out there? And Kickstarter, oh, another awesome Kickstarter that I saw is the Kickstarter Dice Tower for rolling your dice. Pretty awesome. They're really focused on giving you different kind of wooden products, so they all look the same, but they're made out of different woods. So we're looking at from funding from like $100-something for a full dice tower to over $1,000 for one dice tower set, because the wood, the choices, I mean, you got ebony, you got apple wood, all sorts of wood. Really awesome Kickstarter. Go do see it. What else is happening? One more thing. This is the 100 subscribers special. So I don't know what else to show you. So I've been planning to show you how I made the table that you see on my channel. I'm going to show you how I made it. So stay tuned for that in this video. It's going to be pretty fun, and hopefully I can give some inspiration or ideas to somebody out there. And I wanted to ask you guys, what should I do for my 200 subscribers special when that comes up? I want to do a special every time we double in subscribers. So I have the opportunity on this channel. I would like to do that. What should I do when we hit 200 subscribers? And also, I want to be ahead because I'm always late with things like this. What should I do on our Halloween special? What should I do for a Halloween special? This is the Monster Channel. That is something we love on this channel, as a holiday is Halloween. So what do you think we should do for that? Now, stay tuned for how I made the monster table. Yeah, that one. Go, watch it. Stay here. Don't go. Please don't go. Check it out. I put a lot of time into that thing. Check it out and let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing. Thank you so much. Alright guys, here we go. Here's the table as you can see it. Unfortunately, I lost the original Photoshop document, which had everything layered, and I was looking for it. I'm hoping it reappears somewhere, but I must have deleted it by accident somewhere. So that's really upsetting for me, because this did take a couple hours or so to make this table and this whole setup. So anyway, I do have this and this one. Alright, so I do have these images. They're just images at this point. Alright, this is a happy moment. This is the 100 subscriber special. So how did I start this? First of all, let's take this green. First of all, I looked on the internet and I looked up different skins of animals. Alright, different pelts. So we got maybe a rhino skin here to supplement as like ogre skin or something, or giant skin, then some lizard skin, some scaly reptile skin that, you know, kind of looks a little bit dragon-like, since it's huge at this, you know, in this comparison here. We got some zebra skin, as I mentioned, and some regular kind of more simple, like human kind of pale skin in the back to kind of outline these skins to make this composition look more realistic. So after I found all the skins, I then cut them out and I shaped them together to kind of fit in this whole composition here. In the back here, for the table is pretty easy to make. Basically, I found this piece of wood. It was much bigger like this, and I cut it out like that to have the kind of the top edge, and then another piece of wood that looks similar to get the black color in. After I got the skins put together, then I worked on changing their color to a less saturated color, so they kind of fit together, the composition, because like some of them were way too bright, some of them too dark. And remember, these are their skins, they're from dead animals. So I took down the saturation, I added I changed the tone, the hue, to a little bit of a brownish color that you would see in like what do you call kind of that rusted color. So then I started shading it. I shaded between each of the skin, put in some shadows there, and after implementing those shadows, I then started stitching. And stitching, I just took the brush and I started drawing the stitch marks here, as you can see. Okay, and then came the shading, as you can see with table 2. Let's just switch this here. So I then started shading, so I added like a highlight here on the table. I added a shadow here under as it goes, over the top here. Also, I blurred the bottom out. As you can see, I blurred the edges a little bit. I put in highlights and shadows in various parts. And if you also notice, the stitches themselves are also shaded for more realism. So as you can see, the stitches right here, see they get darker and then they go lighter and darker, and even at the ends of them a little darker. Okay, so when you zoom out, it looks more realistic that way. So then I went to working on the books. This is actually the image I created first, even though it's more complex. I just wanted to have it out of the way, and then I can take out the books and things like that whenever I kind of want. Although now I don't have a choice, because now I just have 2 images. I don't have the original file. So I started adding the books. As you can see, I don't think any of them really repeat. Maybe 2 of them or so. Even back here, we got the books behind the little stand here. This pretty cool stand that I found, and I added that in with these elephants, which is pretty cool because now I have this area to kind of put whatever I want, like a miniature on whatever creature I'm covering. And then as I put in the books, I also added shadows and things like that on the books. So if you can tell, like they're a little bit more shaded here and here, here, and then the blur. Of course, there's blur, as you can see on the edges here. Blur back here, definitely a big blur back there, even blur on the edges here. And then as I started to blur that, I started to blur the table as well, blur the edges a little bit to make it look more realistic, and then adding those highlights and shadows and all that. So some shadows here, I already mentioned that, and on the table as well. So the table kind of stuck out more. I added a highlight here, and the shadows under that top part of the table, shadows under the skins. Even these parts of the table that show through have shading. It adds more realism to just a little bit of shading from the skins. There wouldn't be that much, but you have to kind of make it stand out. Okay, so then I added the skull. I found a very cool image of a Cyclops skull out there. So let's take a look at the other table real quick. I'm trying to do this as fast as I can. So I found an image sort of like this. It didn't have any coloring to it. So obviously I blurred the back of the skull, blurred areas, and then I added this greenish tint as you see here. And then I really took it to the next level on this image here and made it glow and where's my brush and all that stuff right here, as you can see. Yeah, so I added that glow, and then once I added that glow here, I decided, you know what, let's put that glow everywhere else. So that's why you see the green here, you see the green on the staff, you see the green on the books, a little bit of green here, green on the books here, even on the elephants here. Green. All right, change some colors around with the books too to keep things more interesting. So that's pretty much it. Let's go to the other table. Now this table is, I only use this one for my introduction to the channel. So I wanted to clean up the books around, and that was really easy because I could just unclick those things right here in Photoshop. Here, the only difference is, I took off the green highlight and all that, the green lighting from the skull. If you notice, I put the books over here. And if you notice the background, that's the main difference. backgrounds. Now the background, I found a really cool pattern that looked like this, and what I did is I duplicated that pattern in Photoshop, and I took one layer of it and I blurred it, so it gives it kind of that cloudy, kind of gothic effect. So I thought that was pretty neat. And finally, when you watch the videos, let me go back to this one, I'm trying to rush, there we go. Okay, so finally in the final videos, what you see is this skull, and it creates the light, right, all over. So when you see me here, and you see me talking, I use Sony Vegas. So in the video editor, I duplicated myself, and then I made a green kind of portion of myself, and then what I do is I erase, or I don't show part of that me. So I have the other layer under where I look just normal. And so you see this cool kind of greenish like lighting on my body. So that's it. That's how it's been done. I hope this inspired you guys in some way, or did something I just want to pay back for all those lovely subscribers out there. And let me know what I should do for my 200 subscriber special. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and until next time, have a great day or night, wherever you are. Bye.